Previously on the High Country Hunt.
Last year I took a trip to Colorado. I tried to hunt an elk. It was unsuccessful. I'm at it again. And this time I got a new friend by the name of Rob Wiley who's going to help me through the ropes. Here we are, the first day, a few hours in, and there they are. They're about 800 yards out. I decide to pass on this shot on the first day. I'm terrified. Did I do the wrong thing? Day 2, 5 a.m. and 5 degrees. Time to head up into the mountains. I'm really starting to get freaked out about never pass on an elk because you're never sure if you're going to see one again. But I also have high expectations for having a fun day. Rob says he's seen them. I don't see them.
So we're assuming the whole mass of them is on the back side of that.
Right.
I also feel a little bit like I'm cheating here, spotting something from a road. This is highly unusual as it relates to elk. But I'll count my blessings whenever I can, so I'm in and we're off.
Rob's taught me a lot about hunting. Turns out he had something to learn from me as well.
I can teach you how to shoot. I can teach you how to go up and ride horses. What can you teach? How can I do the Jesus thing better and be the masculine man at the same time?
I think the most important spiritual discipline is friendship. I mean, his most important thing he did was choosing those 12 dudes and spend life. That was his whole legacy, you know? And whenever I meet a guy who's isolated, I meet a guy who's in danger. So it's not just friendship, it's the vulnerability aspect. We've lost the ability to be vulnerable. And just being with you, you're incredibly vulnerable, incredibly relational. But the reason we're able to do that as men, we stop trying to impress other people because we know that Jesus is already impressed with us. You know what I mean? That frees me up that I don't need you to approve of me. And so therefore I can share with you my shit.
Yeah.
I can be vulnerable.
And vulnerability connects us.
Right. I mean, it's that connectiveness, and we're losing that connective tissue as men, and we're seeing the condition of our heart suffer as a result of it.
And we'll kind of just straighten them out.
Do it. All right.
You waited for this day for your whole life.
Oh, yeah, I have.
Let's do it.
Thank you, man.
So we're hiking around trying to find an approach to get to the elk where they don't see us. And it's very difficult, it's not working. You gotta recognize, there's about 500 animals in this herd. They have amazing eyesight and they move as one. So you got 1,000 eyes that are on you, and all it takes is one pair of eyes getting skittish, and when that elk goes, they all go. So the stakes are really, really high here.
There's a couple of options. We could get out here on the ridge and we could belly crawl. We're about 800 yards from the elks.
This is an 800-yard shot. I'm pretty comfortable with the 500-yard shot, but I've never done an 800-yard shot, so I need to close the distance. No hunter wants to needlessly hurt an animal who doesn't get put down on the ground. Rob and I have to make a plan for how to figure this out.
Elk don't know how many feet a horse has, and we could use the horse as a decoy, and we could walk up probably pretty close to it. But, I mean, it's a risk.
Have you done that before?
I personally have never done that.
We could try this. I said, have you ever done it before? He says, no. He wants to tell me that this is certain because he just wants to do it.
They see wild horses all the time. So if you're looking for an epic kick-ass video, that's your first choice.
Job number one is I want an elk. Now, if you think the horse is a safe play, then
it's not a safe play. It's a gamble.
Okay, no horse then.
I said, okay, what's our other options? Well, we can crawl around the side of this mountain. We'll be in view, but we'll crawl parallel to the elk, and we'll try to get out of their view where they're hidden by another bluff, and then we'll try to sneak up on them.
Because of the topography of the ridge, they're not going to be able to see us. We're going to be down lower.
Right, okay.
And so we'll be within 500 yards in range, and we'll come into sight, and then we'll hike up on a rocky knob. And it's going to be a sharp drop off, and we'll be able to get flat, probably shoot off of a backpack, and it's going to be about 350 to 400 yard shot. It'll be perfect.
Right.
I don't know when the last time you crawled has been, but I haven't crawled more than 3 feet in my living room with my kids on my back. We crawled 300 yards. That's 3 football fields in snow, on rocks, on the side of a mountain. Finally, we get to a place where there's a little bluff that's blocking us here. And Rob says, okay, now let's go in. Let's keep our head down. So we walk in, we get our head down, and he stops, says, get your gun out. And we get up into position. And I look through the scope, and I've got snow jammed up in my eyepiece, and I can't see through the scope.
Make sure your turret's on.
We're about 200 yards away from these elk. So I try to clean this snow with my fingers, and it doesn't go very well until we got a cloth to wipe it aside. Now I'm in position, we're ready, and just hoping something doesn't go wrong.